What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Boom Bap Bros podcast. My name is Pat G. You can follow me at PatG563 across social media. And I've got my co-host with me, ALEC, in the studio today. How's it going, Al?
Doing good. Good to be back. It's been a minute since we had our last one. Had a little hiatus, but I'm ready to get back in the swing of it.
I know. This is going to be our Christmas episode, so happy holidays, everybody. And we've got a very special guest for this episode, Seven The Misfit, a.k.a. Dakota. What's going on, man?
What's up? It's nice to be on the show. Appreciate you having me.
Of course. Yeah, I'm excited. We're going to be talking about what you've been doing in music, as well as what's coming next year, and just reviewing some cool clips and having a good time hanging out.
I'm excited.
Let's do it. So just at the beginning of the show, some things that I wanted to mention, some stuff that's going on. So video podcast for Boom Bap Bros is obviously available on YouTube, and then you can find our audio version on any podcasting site that you use, and we're expanding onto more places in 2022. So if you use sort of a niche site and we weren't on there before, go ahead and give us a search and you might be able to find us now. And I also wanted to mention Spotify actually just added in a feature where you can rate podcasts. So you can rate them 1 through 5 stars. And so I'm sure that'll like tune your recommendations and exactly what Spotify is giving you as far as podcasts, because they're really trying to like encroach on that market, you know. And especially video podcasts, like Joe Rogan's podcast, one of the biggest in the world, video exclusive,
probably
to
the
Spotify.
biggest.
Yeah, I definitely think it is the biggest, for better or worse. But his video exclusive is on Spotify, so they're making a play by adding this 5-star rating thing. And it's funny, another thing that they did recently with Adele, when her album coming out, is they got rid of shuffling on albums. Did you realize that?
Oh, that makes me happy.
No.
Yeah, so you
Pretty
can't,
solid.
at least on her album, I don't know if it's applied to all albums now, but you can't shuffle play through it. You have to play it like front track to back track, which I think is perfect.
That always annoyed me back when I had Spotify free. Like I couldn't, like it would like shuffle it automatically. I couldn't listen front to back and to an album, and that just doesn't work for me. I can't shuffle through.
Well, why not listen to the artist's intended order of the music if that's like if you're approaching their entire idea? Why not do it like that?
Because it's very important. Like even with the album that I'm coming up with, I have a very specific track list. I sat down and like took an hour to like listen to intros and outros to make sure everything flowed nicely.
All the transitions.
Yeah, there you go. So I just thought that was interesting that Spotify is sort of adhering to artists and listening to even podcasters. They're trying to improve the platform, even though it's not perfect.
Yeah. One cool thing I saw, it was part of the 2021 Wrapped, was the Your Artist Revealed thing, and I didn't see that first on there, but I saw that, and it was like 4 or 5 songs of like one of the artists I listened to a bunch, and then it would be like a podcast episode either that they're like in talking about or like something talking about their music, and it would like have that with like my top 5 or 6 artists. And so it was cool seeing that, how they're like integrating the like music and podcast stuff together.
It was pretty interesting.
It's interesting how they presented it, because it was, okay, this is the name of the artist, here's a couple songs and a podcast. Name of the next artist, and then you could keep scrolling through off of which artist you interacted with that year. That's pretty much what Spotify Wrapped is anyways. Just all your data on what you've been listening to. So cool. Well, I am just happy to see podcasts getting more and more acceptance and even more popular, especially as the Boom Bap Bros is continuing to grow.
Yeah,
So
over the last year, even before we started making ours, I've started listening to podcasts a crap ton, like more than I used to. But most of the stuff I listen to is just like sports stuff.
well, maybe we'll be creating some content with you on sports stuff in the future, but you got to stay tuned on the Living Color side of things for that. But
Yes, sir.
yes, sir. Another announcement that I wanted to make at the beginning of the show here is that I actually have new music coming out December 24th. So the first single for my next project, I'm going to go ahead and do a big reveal here. Name of the project is Along the Way. So if you're looking forward to that, let me know. New track, Drop It, featuring a good buddy of ours, Marcellus Angel, is coming out December 24th. So look out for that. And we've actually got a teaser that I put out already. So go ahead and get that pulled up, Al.
Yeah, I already got it here ready.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, so this is a teaser that I put together for the cover art.
Let the harmonies begin. You want me to drop it for you. So that's what I'm gonna do. Come on, baby, won't you drop it for me one time? Who you kidding? I can see a life on the line. I ain't tripping and don't need a size of cosign. Break it down.
I mean, I'm just so
little taste.
excited for this. Yeah, I've been in the lab. It feels like more than the last 6 months, just like sitting on stuff.
Literally.
So finally getting it out to the people and sharing it is just gonna feel awesome. So there's the cover art there as well that I've put together, you know, using my graphic design skills. So
Didn't you and Marcellus also perform this at the Spot before it closed down?
yeah, rest in peace to the local place that we all actually met at and started to collaborate with. We should get into that story a little bit since you are on the show with us today. So let's just go ahead and talk about it. So the Spot was in downtown Rock Island, Illinois, so a part of the Quad Cities where we're from.
Right.
And that venue was sort of started in 2021 and was getting out to more people, and it's really hip-hop centered. I took some photos and did a photo shoot at their grand opening, and we performed there because they had open mics that were actually put on by Young Scrimmage.
Yeah,
Go
it was
ahead
fun.
and shout out.
Shout out Young Scrimmage. You did a lot for us. We appreciate what you're doing there.
He did so much networking for us and brought people together that were like-minded creatives, and now we've just put art together based on that and like collaborated a ton just based off of him like inviting us in to start that relationship. So
it's crazy seeing y'all's growth since that time, because I was there for like your first performance there, which was only like the second one that they held there, and then like one other one, and then I was gone for the semester, came back, and now it's like y'all have this whole project, like all this stuff that everyone's making, all the stuff you're doing together. It's really exciting.
All the collabs.
I'm
that
excited.
is funny.
It's crazy. It is crazy how far we've come from just that point.
Well, so we started going to those open mics at the end of the summer into the fall. And so things are going good. We're debuting new music. So Marcellus and I performed Drop It like the night that we finished recording it. Like we went from the home studio here where we're recording the podcast here, the Living Color Media Studios, you know, and went to the stage and performed it in a couple hours. So
it don't take long.
Yeah, I'm just excited now that I'm actually ready for the project to come and, you know, get some singles going. I can stage that out and start it off with Drop It. So yeah, it's really sad because we love this venue and it shut down because the insurance companies wouldn't cover it anymore. They had a show that went awry and a shooting actually happened, and so businesses alongside them and you know, everybody was in danger, and they sort of blamed it on the people that were owning the venue, sadly enough. So it closed down. Rest in peace, the Spot. Hopefully we'll get another hip-hop centered venue here in the Quad Cities in the future, because I feel like we need one really bad.
Big time.
I got a couple that I got some exciting plans for, but that's another discussion.
Okay. Let's go.
All
right. So I think that covers everything at the top of the show that I just wanted to get out of the way. And we got a little bit of background on Seven and I. We met at the open mic at the Spot. And
handed me one of his stickers and said, "Hey, if you ever need my services." You know?
Yeah. I said, if you need a music video, if you need anything like that, let me know. And
I was definitely interested.
I remember, that was the first time I saw you perform, was at that one too. And, like, I was there with my girlfriend. She started crying to one of your songs. It was like that powerful.
Torrance?
Yeah.
I talked to her. That was crazy. That blew my mind, bro. I just sampled a video from that night of me talking to my homie about that. I cannot believe the reaction I got to my music. Like, I had just moved out here, first time me performing
so raw, man.
ever. I appreciate that so much. Because I saw how the crowd reacted, like, for the hype songs, people were going wild. I got a standing ovation. Fucking, I had people in tears. That was an experience, and like on a small scale, even, but like that was an experience, and that's what this shit's about.
That's what made the Spot so special, was that it was a genuine artist community of people trying to uplift one another, collab with one another, and just get the scene growing. And I mean, that's what we started to do. Like, as soon as we met each other, we were working creatively on stuff, music, and specifically music videos. And so we actually have some of those to watch. Let's
Yes,
go
we
ahead
do.
and just break these down. I'm excited because these were my directorial debut music videos. So could you give us just a little bit of background about the first one that we did here?
Yeah, Welcome to the Grind. Yeah.
Welcome to the Grind. So this track was kind of an introduction, honestly, to me coming out here and my introduction to music. At least professional sounding music, really getting into things and like collaborating with other artists on the same like-minded track that I am. And so that mostly just covers my mentality of like, I'm going to work for this, I'm going to fight for this, I'm going to give everything I have until there is nothing left, and I will make it to the top somehow. And the top means difference to me than most people. I don't really care for the chains and shit. I just got goals I gotta be, places I gotta be, you know. That's what this song's about.
All right, ready for that play?
Yep, let's go for it.
Bet. And are we going all the way through or just part of it?
Yeah, we'll pause it throughout, obviously, but we should be fine to listen to the music. We won't get copyright claimed, right?
Oh no.
All right, let's get it.
The Misfit just stepped in the booth. Shut up.
His title will be a window into his madness.
Across the QT for this movie.
I was thinking along the lines of no TV
Iowa
and
and
no.
Illinois. So we were in alleys in Rock Island, down by the river in Davenport, out in East Moline at night.
Yeah, didn't we hit all 4 cities? I'm pretty sure like we made it a specific thing, or is that the other video?
I think the other video we went to Bettendorf in, but in this one we don't. But some people will say that the Quad Cities are 3 in Illinois and 1 in Iowa.
Yeah, East Moline.
I mean, that's valid. Yeah.
But people will count East Moline, Rock Island, and Davenport as the Quad Cities. And that's like old school because Bettendorf has grown a lot.
Yeah.
And
well, even in the last like 10 years, even more.
Yeah.
Like it's been crazy how much
How
out in
many
the
new
country's
name.
been developed. Like,
yeah, so
Quad Cities.
the Quad Cities changed a bit, but the moniker still stands. But you can see a little bit of our area in the video, so go ahead and resume.
No beer, make home or something.
Go crazy.
Pando killed the beat.
My life's changing. I feel out of payment, but I'm paving a new way in. Waiting for my payment, being patient, nothing changing. Headed to the bank, but that's adjacent, so I'm racing. Hanging at the station, watching trains are getting wasted. Just is feeling pain, I'm feeling crazy, my thoughts are tainted. Think I found my place, but see my payment, I can taste it. Dining with my angels, lay the place and get a placement. Feeling
Man, the editing on this though, like your creative direction really like changed the game for this video. I feel like it's so elevated because we were in the editing room together, like shot for shot, trying to figure out what would look cool.
Yeah, we pumped this out in like you put together the general idea and then we just pumped it out in a night. It was like right there. And then we rendered it. It was amazing. It was actually an interesting process. I've done the work before in like high school, but like this is my first time making a music video, and honestly, I'm impressed. This is crazy. Like
It came out pretty good quality, but we'll let the viewers decide as we keep going here.
off the table, food so tasty, I'ma save it. Savoring the flavor for my case, cause I'ma chase it. Hiding from the bailiff, but the plaintiff keeps on hating. Not trying to be famous, paper chasing, I'ma make 100 to a million, working hard to get a pay stub. I don't got the time to mingle with any of y'all lame fucks. We don't do the same stuff, nigga, I done changed up. Like I just put a lane switch on you fake bugs. Yeah, all my bars are heinous, even Satan gave ovation. Never clear my language, niggas hating, I'm done playing. Niggas always faking at they gangsters, that they famous. Thinking they immortal until the second the pain hits. Face of blood and shaking, get his stigma, she's erasing. Father never came back, it was raining, but I'm shaded. I'm not one to play with, check my basement on my chain list. Often I get anxious when my brain is thinking dangerous. Raises, drugs, violence, and bitches. That's the type of mental I simply just gotta live with. Do drugs with my nigga, I'm disgusted. Yelling in the discussions, say fuck it, pass that Dutch and turn that blunt into nothing. Yeah, I keep the music bumping. Dodging every copper, push the pedal, bitch, I'm running. Call me baby driver, get my gunman and I gun it. Hitting 105 man, look alive, but you'll be done with. Push that fucking foreign like a go-go, who you coming with? I've been called the clown, at least so funny, I'll be loving it. Smoke a little leaf to lift the weight of finest crumbling. Smoky out and slurring, guess I'm really on some other shit. I'm on that green shit, smoking like I need it. Man, it feels so hot like I can fly, I dive beneath it. Uncover my secrets, hiding in the deep end. With the anger searing like a fever, let it seep in, preventing me from sleeping, stripping me of reason. I'm speechless, I'm peaking. None of y'all reaching the level of intelligence. I'm speaking with benevolence. Y'all irrelevant, might just say the hell with it and push a couple rappers at the game. Shit, I've been telling them. Shit, I'm just better with it. Make a wetter with this, never tripping, never listen. Know it down, I be the fucking misfit.
Misfit. Clear. I'm a super fresh lady. Stress lady, look over.
That's where we got the picture for the cover of it.
Oh yeah.
Right there in that shot. But I mean, overall, I feel like this song, talking about the music now, not just the video, but this song, you really don't pull any punches on this. Like, it is welcome to the grind, very much like all right, let's hit the ground running.
Yeah, I dig that flow in there.
Thank you.
That's a nice rhythm to it.
I ain't even gonna cap. So story behind this is when I first started writing music, I was working with this one artist. His name was Truth. I don't even know if he does music anymore. We had a falling out. But we were doing challenges, back and forth, and we would try to be like, who could use the same rhyme the same amount of times without repeating any words.
Oh, that's dope.
And so that's what that came out as. And I was like, bro.
So you guys would write with the same ending words, but change every other bar?
Yeah.
Or change every other word in the line?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then if you've ever heard Disgusted by Dreamville.
Yeah. I'm disgusted. Yeah.
Okay. If you listen to that flow, it's exactly the same. I was like,
oh, wow.
I'm gonna have to listen to that after this.
I was like, okay. Because, like, I fuck with Dreamville and J.I.D., J. Cole, all them, Boss.
See, you get along with the Boom Bap Bros then.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm here.
Like to talk about.
Like, that music is incredibly what inspires me, but, like, I also have, like, that, I don't know, that kind of darker tone to my music as what further into this song it gets.
You can go ahead and play it.
Yeah, just play it, take it. Legs shaking, contemplating my next step, take it. Chest racing, tell me I can fly, but I can fake it. That's waiting on the other side from my life. I'm wasting all my talent, all potential greatness.
Need payment, I don't even wanna be famous. Paper chasing while I'm looking at the sea of stainless. Praying. Yeah.
That's specific. Ooh, that's cold.
At the end there, cutting it between all the shots. Yeah, that's dope.
I enjoy that a lot.
Man, yeah, that's always going to be a memory for me too, is just the days where we went and got the shots, and then the days where we went back and edited it in the lab. Like, probably the turnaround time of just like pure time working on it is like, I don't know, like half a day, right? Or like maybe a full day.
That's crazy.
Like
of actual work.
Of actually focusing on what we want to do. So that's cool. But I think the work speaks for itself. It's welcome to the grind for you, as just getting in the hip hop scene here and establishing a sound and everything, but it's also welcome to the grind for me as a videographer in that space a little bit too.
That's
so
true.
The theme
that's quite perfect, actually.
Carried through, yeah.
Like
was really nice.
I thought the way you edited through and cut through like fit with how he was like flowing on the bars. I felt like the video editing fit with like the sound editing.
That was the purpose. That was what we were trying to do. So I'm glad that it actually
a lot of the cuts
worked.
Like specifically like when I went in to making this, we talked like we wanted all the cuts to be on the instruments. We wanted the music video to be a part of the music in that sense.
I love that.
Specifically where the bass hits the hardest, where the snare comes in on that one part, like wherever you want to put the emphasis is where we make the cut.
Bet. Let's watch the next one then. So this one is actually a collab between you and another good friend of ours who actually was emceeing the open mics when we first started to go, and so he was like the host before they got a DJ to come in and help out with those duties. But Obs period, you can find him on Instagram, and he killed it with his verse. So could you give us a little bit of background about you and him collaborating on this track after meeting through the spot?
So when I was making this track, I was just I was producing a bunch of beats, and I was like, low key, for this concept, I think you would be really good, because he's a very philosophical poet. Yeah. So when I had this concept of free your mind, kind of experiment outside the lines with the rap, especially with the kind of darker beat I was using that I made, I felt like he would have thrived, and he did. He brought out his A game. Like, I have never heard someone rap so religiously and with such passion, but without that much. I can't come up with the words, but you'll hear it in the song. Trust. If you've ever read the Bible, a lot of the things will make sense, and the messages behind those are just very deep and profound. And I appreciate him for really putting that on my track. Like, it's beautiful.
Yeah, he pulls out tons of references like that.
Yeah, it's insane. Every time I'm in the fucking studio with that man, inspiration.
Yeah, no joke. Like, even last week, we were together and working on a track, and like this man knew he couldn't just freestyle on the beat.
That's what he was playing. And when he came in, he was like, "I'll freestyle something." And then like once he heard the other verses that we were throwing on there, he's like, "Oh wait, hold up." Then I watched him write out the whole thing, then perform
write out the whole 16,
Sheesh.
and just went off, man. Like, super admiring him, and I'm sure we'll have him on the podcast here in the future.
Oh, I hope that would be dope.
But let's go ahead and see Free Your Mind. This is the second video that I directed for Seven. At the studio, home studio.
At the home studio, yeah. Looks a little different now, but yeah, more put together. It was my bedroom. Bedroom was built for a while.
Different locations. We had this one.
Yeah, I fuck with that shot. That's that shot.
I couldn't give a.
I love that transition.
I did a little bit more transitions with this one.
If y'all ain't with the vision, can't be wasting all my energy. You wasn't in the back of that Nissan, you ain't a friend of me. The enemy ops operated heavily. Got my foot on their neck, but I ain't police, so I'ma let them breathe. I'm closer to my goal than yesterday, so I'ma chase it. Keep me racing, change my placement, keep my spacious. I keep burning bridges if I have to, but I hate it. Got me contemplating. I remember we were all blowing O's through the fire. Now it's O's in the fire. To put my clothes in the dry. Shit, I ain't even tired. I feel electric for wires. Providing like a grizzly gets a bite in them. Fuck it, I'll start a riot in the Lions Den. Cause I don't got no friends, I'm only riding for my clique. If you ain't talking business, then I couldn't give a shit. Cause it's all about progression, regression, to know that's it. And homie, I ain't going backwards anymore, man, fuck all this. Guess I gotta free my mind of all that bullshit on the side. Roll a couple blunts up in the cabinet, that's right. I don't get the time, ain't no reason to lie. Nigga, I be on my grind, I'm just getting mine. I ain't want to whine, I put...
But man, yeah, I think that shot down there, if you could scrub back just a little bit,
by the riverfront.
Yeah, on the riverfront is a dope one. We got some really cool shots down here, and you can see the old bridge lit up because the new span of the new bridge wasn't open yet for the I-74 bridge. So that was what we were right next to there too. So yeah, I just had a ton of fun with this video because it's a different vibe for sure. But I think, especially since you produced this one, right? Yeah. So this fits the vibe of your project. I feel like everything's different now.
Yeah, because it's got that like, it's got that kind of hype feel to it with the faster, somewhat tempo for like a boom bap kind of thing. But like it's got that still darker vibe with the instruments and the heavy bass because through all the lights and flashes,
that like boom.
Yeah. Because like through all the lights and flashes, ain't nothing perfect, and that's kind of what the album's about. Is kind of my journey and how me realizing no one is perfect, none of us can be perfect. So this is my imperfections. This is who I am.
How profound.
Cool.
Introducing myself to the world.
Yeah.
Ain't no reason to lie, nigga. I be on my grind, I'm just getting mine. I ain't want to whine, I put my problems in this shot glass. Mix it with something sweet, cause I know that shit does not last. Investing all my pennies to the music, I will not fail. I'ma keep it pushing till it's fancy wine and cocktails. Wading through the mud, waiting for my come up, waiting for my dreams. So they tell me, have faith, and maybe one day you'll make it. but fate doesn't pay rent, so I guess they're all mistaken. I'm broke, that's facts I'm facing. If necessary, I'll take it. Face the consequences later. Stop making facts out of fables.
I've turned too many tales to true stories, taking fake fears and creating true worries. That kind that cause kin to contemplate jumping from 2 times 2 stories, manifesting Gehenna when I could be grounded in Eden. They say no prophet profits off their place of providence. Yet I've been trying to find home in place of cheap astonishments, fake acknowledgements, and treasures that truly tarnish when exposed to life that lives within limbs. A brightness that burns like 1,000 suns, and I felt it scorched like 1,000 times. In times of trying to copy Cain, cursed by insecurity that caused me to commit murder in mind, making enemies of neighbors for no reason. Brain building some brilliant betrayer where there was no treason. So caught in illusions, as if causes ain't caused contributions.
I don't got no friends, I'm only riding for my clique. If you ain't talking business, then I couldn't give a shit, cause it's all about progression.
Well, so he goes from like looking sophisticated and all put together to then at the end of his verse, he's looking like he's all distraught and like all over the place.
Oh yeah,
so
he's going
it's like
crazy.
over the course of what he's saying, he's like freeing his mind but also losing his mind a little bit.
Yeah. Literally, yeah.
Sure.
Progression to know that sitting home and I ain't going backwards anymore, man. Fuck all this. Guess I gotta free my mind of all that bullshit on the side. Roll a couple blunts, hop in the cab, baby, that's right. I don't get the time, ain't no reason to lie. Nigga, I be on my grind, I'm just getting mine. All I see is the moon every time I look in the sky. Don't believe in God, just the people that I would die for. Give my life and take a life for. Give me a high score. They say I'm quite nice, but this is 777, nigga, welcome to my floor. Yeah, I don't got a lot of issues these days. Counting pennies, but I'm gonna get paid. Yeah, I'm gonna make it rain. My fuck around and change the game. Weaving swerving lanes. No weakness burden in my brain. I don't feel no shame. I don't feel no shame. All I feel is pain. All I feel is pain. No, I don't feel a thing. Shit is lame. Hit the brakes before exit. Careful, you might get a necklace, cause you don't know our intentions and get no answers to questions. It ain't your business why you tripping like nigga. I get you stressing, but this shit is silly like nigga. For really got me laughing, killed me.
Beat ride out. You just had to kill it some more.
Dude, it's so hard to let a beat ride for any amount of time. Like I let the beat ride for the intro. You get to hear the sample then. All right, that's it. The rest is getting
all
eaten.
killer after that.
Just slaughter.
I don't know if it hang with drillers, but I know a couple killers, gorillas that'll murk a nigga in front of his building, then go and finish him dinner with their family. This shit be crazy, but that's that shit that made me. That's that shit that raised me. My father was Slim Shady.
Actually, interesting part about that
and that's that shit that raised me. My father was Slim Shady. I don't got no friends, I'm only riding for my clique. You ain't talking business and
Al, you're over here.
I know. I was trying to find my mouse.
Oh, yeah.
I do this a lot as like a peace sign. My homie
Wait,
told
wait,
I do this a lot as like a peace sign.
Hey, wait. Show it to the camera here.
I do this a lot like a peace sign.
Oh.
I recently found out some shit. I am not from this area. I'd like to say that. I don't know shit. So
No
I have no affiliations with fucking anybody. I don't even like people. So
I'm affiliated with my music and this podcast only.
if you ever see this podcast at any point, you see me flash that shit, I am saying peace. I don't want shit. I don't want no smoke. If it ain't green, I don't want no smoke. All right. Just figure I get that out of the way on some platform, right?
It's all about progression, regression, you know that shit real. Me, I ain't going backwards anymore, man. Fuck all this. Yes, I gotta free my mind of all that bullshit on the side.
Brandon's so
Roll
funny
a
in this
couple
video.
blunts up in the cabin.
He's
Let's
one
ride. I don't got the time. Ain't no reason to lie. Nigga, I be on my grind. I'm just getting mine.
I mean, shit, I've been through it, but that kid's been through it.
I'm just getting mine.
That last shot is dope too. I like
Nigga, I'm just getting mine.
Oh, I got so
That
many
too.
ideas,
I'm
bro.
just getting mine.
Just from these, I got so many ideas.
of new stuff and
Oh,
modifying.
this entire album's gonna have music videos, the entire thing. Well, maybe not the entire thing, but a lot of them, the significant songs, yeah. I can guarantee at least 5.
Let's go.
Damn, that's pretty dope.
They're gonna come out after the album, unfortunately, but they will come out eventually. And Pat G will likely be the one working on that.
Of course. Gotta get it right.
Dang, so 5 videos. How many tracks total?
13 tracks.
Dang, so that's a good portion.
Full length LP.
Got some of my favorite albums like have become my favorites because they have like hella videos to them, so it like really lays out like a visual and like a story to it.
Oh, this one does have a bit of a story to it, because like you guys never saw me before I came out here. There's a lot of things that I could.
At a certain point.
Yeah.
On the timeline.
Like there's a lot of things that I would have to explain for the album, because like a lot of the shit in the bars you just won't get. You would not get unless you knew me or were there for the shit. And like a lot of things you wouldn't believe if I didn't show you the evidence of it. Like for example, I used to be kind of rich. I had $100,000. Started this year with that. I'm broke right now. It's crazy how it goes, isn't it? But it kind of touches on that in my journey of like rising, falling, and how I'm gonna get back, grinding my way, you know. So I'm excited for everything that's happening. This is an incredible process, and I'm very happy to be a part of it, especially with Pat G and ALEC.
Yeah.
A part of the QC squad. I mean, we'll have you on again to further give context, explanation, do a full tell-all for the project.
Oh yes, I am excited.
Oh yeah, that'll be.
I have so many. I just want to scream at this microphone. Just all about it.
You gotta conserve. You gotta hold it back.
I know.
They ain't ready.
No, they ain't ready for it.
For real.
Just give them a taste.
Just
give them a taste.
Y'all ain't ready. Not a soul.
All right. Well, we're about to move on to our next portion of the broadcast here today, talking about what's been going on in the hip hop sphere, new releases, different music and artists that we're following, and news that we wanted to share with the audience. So first off, we're just going to talk about a little bit of an update. Our last big episode, our double length one, was talking about Kanye West, Donda, and Drake, Certified Lover Boy. And so we did a double album review and then a tier list of how we rank their new albums with their entire discography. So check that out if you haven't already. But we're gonna...
I think before this one, that was my favorite one we did so far.
Okay. Well, it was a long episode.
True.
I mean, it was a really long one. We dived super deep into it. But a little bit of update about Kanye. He's actually changed his name legally to just Ye. I don't think he's Mr. West anymore.
Oh, that was legal? I thought he was just going by Ye.
I think it was actually like a legal filing.
Yeah, he went to the courthouse and everything. Yeah.
I mean, knowing him, like I believe that definitely, but like, wow, he's about to make some moves.
Well, I don't know exactly why he chose to just shorten a full like first and last name to just 2 letters.
Actually, there is a reason, and I know the reason behind this.
Oh.
So Ye, I don't know the exact context, but basically it is represented as a Jesus figure, just positivity and sending nothing but good energy out into the world.
Sort of like Yahweh, I guess.
Yeah, that kind of thing. So when he changed his name to that, there was a very specific reason for that. So he is doing some things, and I've seen he's been working with some charities. I remember with I believe that's also part of the agenda to talk about with their performance recently, but.
Yeah,
no, he's definitely doing some things.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of him talking about that, of like Ye being the most used word in the Bible as like you or whatever, and like a simplicity thing to it.
Right? It's pronounced Ye.
No, I think it's Ye. It is like, well, it might be Ye in the Bible,
Ye.
but like I think for him it's Ye. But it's more of like a humbling of just like a simplicity of like a, I don't know, like a you type thing. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's
well,
along those lines.
Along his whole God kick and getting back with his faith, he's turned his name into a symbol of that as well, it seems. But there's been a lot of news since his album came out. He actually had a little bit of maybe misunderstanding or just like a little bit of a jab thrown at now former Good Music signee Big Sean. And so this was on the Drink Champs podcast that Kanye said a little stuff that he probably shouldn't have about Big Sean, and let's get into exactly what he said there, Al.
Yeah, let me get this here. Yeah, it was tough. I was surprised when I just saw this.
I love this. Let me tell you.
This ain't nothing quick about this quick time.
Look at that haircut.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with his hair. It's like balding all over. Is that on purpose?
I think it's purposeful.
What the heck, Kanye?
When I die, on my tombstone, it's gonna say, "I deserve to be here because I signed Big Sean."
Yeah, and then from there, there's like a little confusion and stuff. But he's saying like that's like the worst thing he ever did was like signing Big Sean.
Big Sean's a multi-platinum. I don't think he's Grammy Award winning. Could be, but like Big Sean is probably the best good music signee that he has ever had.
Maybe most successful. Like the question they were posing on there before he said that, they were like, Pusha T or Big Sean, and then that led him to like being like that. And
come on, I like Pusha.
Yeah. Like
popularity, Pusha versus Big Sean, I don't really think it's a contest.
No,
maybe
I think
back
Sean's
in the day,
doing way more sales.
Right. Maybe back in the day, Pusha's numbers were way better, but now...
I feel like they kind of influenced, like them specifically, influenced a lot of hip hop today, and probably the parts that I'm a little less happy with. But
I don't know. I feel like Big Sean's underrated. I feel like he gets too much flack. Like he is a little bit in like the pop rap lane, which like is usually what I'm pretty critical of.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah,
I think he's one of the best at it, and he's like actually lyrical with the stuff.
Well,
that's facts.
You need to listen to Detroit too, if you have not, because his latest project, outside of what we're about to talk about, I guess latest full length project, I could say, is really good. I think it's probably like top 3 Big Sean projects. And for me, it would be top 1 or 2, just because I'm not as familiar with some of his older music.
Yeah, I'd say
I like the newer sound.
Yeah, that one, I Decided, Dark Sky of Paradise are all like he's got some heavy hitters in his discography.
Right, and it might be more radio stuff, but it's still good hip hop.
Well, I think the
valid.
If I'm not mistaken, his song with Nas on there, I think that got Grammy nominated.
Oh wow!
I'm sorry, he has a song with Nas. I was not aware of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I gotta listen to that at least before.
It might be his one with Nipsey.
Either way.
I think it is the one with Nipsey.
Yeah, I think it's the one
Detroit
with Nipsey.
too. Yeah, I don't think he has a collaboration with Nas. But
Yeah, I think I might have been getting them mixed up.
But
I wish he's getting with Hit Boy. If he could get Nas too.
You're right. Yeah, because Nas and Hit Boy are just coming off of King's Disease 2, and I mean they killed it with that. And now Hit Boy is collaborating with Big Sean. We'll get into that in a little bit, but let's see first what Sean had to respond to Kanye's antics there on that podcast, where he was saying that he deserves to be in the grave because he signed Sean. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, you're saying that like that's his downfall.
I don't even know.
Yeah. Here's the tweet.
So here's what Big Sean said back. Was just with this man. He ain't say none of that.
Wow.
And this was after the interview. I'm dying laughing at you, Kanye. So click on those pictures. Pull those up here.
Yeah, he's hanging out right with him.
Yeah, so this was after the interview, and Kanye's a little fake for just saying all of the things behind closed doors, and then when he sees the man in person acting like there's nothing wrong.
That's some shit, man.
But we gotta hold Kanye accountable. He is a genius and a great musically arted or like gifted artist.
Yeah.
But we gotta hold Kanye accountable. Come on, man.
Yeah, I know. The man does have like 11, 12 classic albums, but
I mean, at some point, you have to consider he's been in the spotlight, and not just like the spotlight. Like his family is followed by the entire world constantly.
Well,
like his head has to be the size of a blimp.
Yeah,
like,
every move they do is hyper scrutinized and overanalyzed and just looked at in a way that before the internet, like fame is not the same as it was before the internet. So it is like actually a very interesting case study for Kanye just being a modern day celebrity and one of the biggest ones. And
it's that pressure.
Yeah, that pressure weighs a ton. Pressure weighs a ton. It's getting too heavy.
Yeah.
Gotta quote some
there's got to be so like, how often do you think he's told no?
Kanye rarely.
You're like,
I saw a video once of Pete Davidson talking about how he went to dinner once with Kanye. He came in the building. He was like. And this is at like an Applebee's location, mind you. He came in like, I want your special room in the back. They're just like, okay. And then he's just like, I want the crazy shit, not anything from the menu, everything off the menu. And they're just in there, just like, you can do that. Like,
they haven't abused their celebrity status like Kanye.
Because if you got the money, like you can order a Big Mac at a Burger King. Like it doesn't even matter.
Oh my gosh.
See, good and bad things of celebrity. Bad is that people won't tell you no and they won't hold you accountable. Good, you can get whatever the fuck you want. I mean, that's good to a degree, right? So, I think that actually also transitions sort of nicely into what we have to talk about next. But trigger warning, this is pretty graphic content that we have to talk about next. And it's actually talking about Travis Scott's Astroworld festival. So this happened during our break from the podcast here this fall. And it was the crowd that was left to defend for themselves in a crazy mosh pit. And so there's lots of videos and things on the internet. We'll show you a couple short clips, but we can't show you too much just because we're not trying to get this podcast removed.
Right.
But let's go ahead and review some of and just see a little bit of what happened. So you can see this is the headline here. Astroworld Festival leaves at least 8 dead. And so this was the night of, or the day or the morning after, that we were learning that, people were actually getting trampled to death by the crowds.
Yeah, including like there was like a 9-year-old that was like injured or like killed in it. Like it was some young kids. It was scary stuff.
Man, flip through this. Shout out Def Noodles doing the work, the Lord's work, putting together all the context for us. So so this is context from people that were at the show, and they were posting. Too many people were at the crowd. Like there are some very graphic images. You can just flip through these. We don't have to look at these very long either. People get like bodies getting taken out on stretchers. Some very sensitive content. People were thinking it was drug related at first, but no, it was actually...
I heard some rumors of like people getting like injected with like fentanyl or something.
No, so keep it here for a second. It was people getting trampled to death, and the mosh pit at the crowd was just raging too hard, and it was a culture that Travis is guilty of perpetuating, and he's implicated. It was his festival. He was the one helping to plan and organize this entire thing and should have stopped the show. There is no defending him not stopping the show while it was obvious the ambulance was coming in during his set. Drake was there as well. So he was, having fun and going on the stage with other artists, Travis was, and thinking that everything was fine. And so this story here, if you have the chance, definitely read it. It's a firsthand account of people that were there. And pause the video if you'd like and read that. But just flip through these, Al. And they were talking about how they were trying to get the camera operator, sign whoever they could to stop the show, and they wouldn't because they just wanted to keep it going. They just couldn't prioritize the crowd's health over it. Yeah, so here's a tweet. I can't believe Kylie posted an Instagram story of the concert.
That's
and you
crazy.
Can clearly see the paramedics trying
tab.
To get through. She later deleted that story and kept everything else that she posted from that night up. But here's that.
Oh yeah, that's her story.
So you can clearly see the paramedics, and the show is still going on. The show was not stopped.
Consider for a moment though, like to them as performers, ideally the show's going well, and they have enough money where they can, for the most part, ensure that. That kind of looked like just party lights. Some motherfucker came with the rave lights,
Well, you can't see the people underneath their feet from that view.
Yeah, so, exactly. Sure.
So what was happening, and even from the stage, I guess you can't really see that people are getting trampled to death. It's just like too crowded, too squished in. People are trying to get to the front, and it is people getting pushed down and shoved down. There's no room for them to even stand there. And 11 deaths reported. I'm not sure what the final tally was, but it's around there, and it's just a tragedy. I don't think there's any other way to categorize this than a preventable tragedy.
Yeah, and like I saw some videos of Travis like saying stuff to the like crowd of like him wanting to get some people out, but like he just like set the culture and everything. And like the line, "It ain't a mosh pit if ain't no injuries," aged terribly now.
Yeah.
Like that is, it's just scary stuff, man.
No, his music and the crowd that he put together, you know, he set the vibe for it. It was his festival.
Yeah.
And I think he should be held liable. He's got some lawsuits against him right now because they've put some class action lawsuits together. Like, obviously the families
like,
deserve
part of it is
closure.
the venue, but definitely he holds a good amount of the blame.
Yeah. From what I've read, it was understaffed with security. People were just jumping through, leading to overcrowding.
I mean, you'd expect heavy security at a Travis Scott show.
Any festival.
I mean, that's true, but like specifically for certain artists, like you'd expect them to have heavy security, knowing their audience.
And I think this fall from grace is so much more interesting because he had the Cactus Jack meal at McDonald's. Like he has
he went corporate.
He went corporate, and he had Fortnite sponsor him. Like he did all of the things that you do when, even though you're saying, you know, promoting drugs or whatever in violence in your music, it's hip hop, right? So it's
culture.
It's perceived as cool, or it's the status quo at the time. So he's getting all these endorsement deals, and now that they've seen what that culture has done to his audience and everything, he's getting all his sponsorships dropped. Like he is.
Yeah, I think they took him out of Coachella.
Yeah, they're dropping him from shows. Like it's crazy how negligence at such a high level for your festival that you're supposed to be responsible for, just tears through your entire career.
Pride is the fall. I mean, look at DaBaby as well. You remember that?
Yes.
Jesus
we
Christ.
talked about that on
his
the
career.
We went
gone.
over that one.
I bet, yeah.
Every time I hear the DaBaby song, I think of that now. Like
I don't even hear DaBaby songs anymore. I don't have to think about it.
I don't listen to him.
You're doing it right, then.
Like I got his guest verse on "Under the Sun." That's about it.
Yeah, right.
Dead ass. The
And
only DaBaby
that's his
song.
best verse because
honestly,
he doesn't have the same production as he does on every other track. Well,
because it's on their stuff.
Music.
That's
listen to his solo music.
Like the beats are so recycled.
The exact same. It's recycled drums and melodies and all that. So
disappointing.
Yeah, it's sad, but apparently after the show though, when people were getting taken out by the paramedics, like ambulances were in the crowd at Astroworld. Drake and Travis Scott went to Dave & Buster's afterwards.
Yeah, I didn't even hear about that.
They dropped like $500,000, right?
Let's see what TMZ had to say. So, attended Astroworld Afterparty at Dave & Buster's, said he was still unaware of the tragedy. So, give us a little bit of context there, Al. You can read a little bit of that for us.
Yeah. So apparently it was after they had gotten back from the show or whatever, they hadn't seen all the videos and stuff, and apparently Drake threw the after party. Yeah, Travis was a surprise guest.
So it was Drake's idea to plan it at Dave & Buster's, which was, if you look at the maps, you can see it's like maybe 20-minute drive. So you can't tell me from the time that Travis Scott left, got in the car or whatever, to the time he got there, like how is he so unaware that people bodies were literally getting taken out of his show he was just at, and now he's celebrating.
Yeah, and then apparently though it looks like they're saying like once someone told Travis when he was at the Dave & Buster's about it, he immediately left the party is what it's saying on here.
Well, I would too. I mean, that's got to like pull at your heartstrings. But look at this image. So in his initial apology, he puts on Instagram a black and white video. So first off, he's trying to appeal to your emotions. Just do black and white, you know, just make it look basic.
He's a content creator.
Yeah, right. He's a content creator at this point. He has it so close to his face, you can't really say anything else. And he's, biggest headache ever. Oh
yeah,
my
the whole
God.
time just wiping his head.
The apology was just rushed, not thought out, and
yeah, it could have been a lot more thoughtful. Like it seemed like he genuinely cared to like some degree, but it could have been a lot more thoughtful. The way
it does say his emotional message here. We're not gonna look at it because I feel like I did enough of a recap already. Yeah. But it was his response right away, and he was trying to sort of diffuse the situation, but he hasn't been able to escape the controversy.
I mean, because like when in that apology video, he didn't really say anything specific. He just Said, my prayers and thoughts go out to the families, which is what we always get.
Yeah.
But he didn't say that these actions were being taken in place to
he didn't like
give closure to the families or like this is what's happening. It's just like we're doing things.
He said, "I'm gonna talk to the police department. I'm gonna pay for their funeral costs."
Yeah,
I'm gonna
do anything like own up to like what he was doing. He didn't feel like he was. It didn't look like he was guilty. Like it looked like he was sad, but not necessarily like guilty. You know.
He was probably sad that the show got fucked up, and like that's very valid. But
money, but
people got hurt.
People got hurt. Exactly. That his fans, people that paid their hard-earned money to see him, didn't get to leave. Like that was where their story ended.
And that was the portal to hell, so that cannot look good.
Houston, Texas, straight down to the pits of hell.
Like wow, that is a just
scary.
So if you want to see what Travis had to say, you can go ahead and check out his interview with Charlemagne the God. He did a tell-all, pretty much trying to defend himself. They sat down for an hour and talked about it. Charlemagne didn't let up the pressure, which I thought was good, but it's going to be interesting where this lies in the court of public opinion and with Travis Scott's career, because he was one of the most endorsed, biggest mainstream hip-hop artists, and that all came crashing down after that tragedy happened. It was that weekend. By Monday, like his career was not looking the same as it had on Friday, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's it for the Astroworld Festival. Our prayers go out to the family. I mean, like our hearts are wrenched by knowing what they went through, and just hope that we can promote safety and, you know, promote common sense in hip hop.
Yeah, we can still have a good time without going crazy.
Exactly.
For real.
So a couple of new releases that we wanted to talk about. So back to Big Sean, he actually dropped how many tracks was it out? Was it 6 tracks? A little EP?
6, I believe.
It's What You Expect. It's with Hit Boy on production, who has just come off an amazing album this year that we gave a rave review to, Nas King's Disease 2. Every beat on there was Hit Boy. And so now him and Big Sean are coming together to do a 6-drop EP. I listened to it a little bit. Probably should check it out a little more. Like I was saying, like I think Big Sean now is better than he ever has been. So, I mean, Alec, you've listened to this quite a bit more than us. What you expect from What You Expect before you listen to it?
Yeah, well, it was a surprise to me, but when I first saw it, I was like, oh, dang, Big Sean, dude, I love. Hit Boy, producer, I love. Like, I didn't know how it would be of, like, those two coming together, but, like, with both their previous track records, I had good expectations, and I think I listened to it, like, it was, like, before a Bears game. I was, like, in the shower. It was, like, the first time I listened to it. I was just jamming out in there, singing along to it in the shower, so it was just banger, 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 banger. Yeah, it's all good ones on there.
Okay.
I don't think there's a single skip.
I need to spin it back then, and before the end of the year, at least, give it a little bit of time to marinate with me, because like I enjoy Big Sean now. Like I didn't used to listen to his music back before, like I Don't Fuck With You, and that era. Like I really didn't listen
yeah,
to
like
him.
Back when Dark Sky Paradise was new, I didn't listen to him as much then, but like since I've gone back and like listened to those, I was like, oh, I'm missing out. He's got a lot of good stuff on here.
Yeah. So shout out to Big Sean, man. I'm glad that even though he has now left Good Music, this was a self-released on his own label project. So good for Big Sean making money moves as well, trying to own his own thing.
Yeah.
So I also wanted to watch the trailer with you guys for Kid Cudi's new documentary, Man Named Scott. So I have not seen this yet. But I really want to, man. Like, so it's on Amazon Prime Video, and you can go ahead and stream it and check it out. But it's a documentary about Scott Mess Cudi, aka Kid Cudi, one of my greatest inspirations, hip hop music, just creative in general. Like, I don't think it can be understated his influence on me and other people as well. Like Kanye's been influenced by him. So many artists out right now have been influenced by Kid Cudi.
Like there's a whole generation of people. The whole like Kid Cudi saved my life like generation
like, straight
of kids.
Up. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
And that, I think that was the first album that I felt like was a classic. Was Man on the Moon 1. was
Wow. So that was the first one you were like, okay, this is certified front to back, a classic. Like,
Yeah.
I will listen to this years
Yeah, because
long.
like like when I was first getting into hip hop, when you were showing me stuff, it was like that and like Recovery and like Chitty Bang and
That's
B.O.B.
exactly what I was listening to when I was first getting into hip hop,
Yeah.
like 2008, 2009, when
Yeah.
I was first listening to stuff. B.O.B. Man, nobody talks
Yeah.
about him anymore.
Yeah,
Nobody.
No, I just brought him up again today in a group chat because I was making fun of his Flatline song he made forever ago about flat Earth.
Yeah, about the
crap.
flat Earth. Oh my gosh, B.O.B. fell off, but he
Oh
was
my
cool back
God.
in the day.
Crazy he died like that. I wonder. R.I.P.
Wow,
R.I.P. B.O.B.
I wonder what happened to him. He just fell off the edge of the Earth.
Yeah, he found the edge. He just fell off.
That's the rumor. at least.
R.I.P.
I haven't heard from him in a while, so who
The
knows
first
what-
person to prove it.
Yeah. You tell me that he's still around.
Fun fact on the flat Earth, website, their slogan is "Believers around the globe."
No way.
I'm being so dead ass. You can look this up. It's so funny.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, are you looking it up, Alec?
No, I've seen that one before.
Oh my god.
Man, I didn't even know he believed in the flat Earth, man.
Oh,
yeah,
B.O.B.'s all over the place.
Apparently.
I think Kid Cudi, though, especially throughout the years, has continued to push his influence. You know, like he is not just with that first classic album solidified his place in hip hop, but continued to evolve and do different things too, and even come back around to not his initial sound, but the initial theme with Man on the Moon 3 that just came out about a year ago now. It came out actually on my birthday in 2020, so just over a year ago. And I really love that album. I listened to that a ton, even at the beginning of this year. So,
and I feel like Kid Cudi was so huge in destigmatizing mental health.
exactly.
Like over the past 10 years, I feel like he has been a huge part of how that's changed.
Oh my god, yeah. Even a lot of the artists that I listen to in their music, like, they reference Kid Cudi because they were one of the kids that got saved, and now they're the kids doing that. They're adults
for the next
now.
generation.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, let's check this out and see some inspiration.
Yeah, true. I haven't seen this yet, so I'm
this.
excited.
Musicians, like he has inspired creatives
Across everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, he was probably, like, at least from what I've seen, the first artist to really speak his mind. Like, and not just like,
a public.
yes, I am sad and I do drugs. Because there were some artists who were doing that and talking about those kinds of things, but it was more like, not you are sad so you do drugs. It's this is what I'm sad about, or this is what I'm really feeling and thinking. What is going on in my mind?
They totally opened up the door to everything that was going on the inside.
Right. Like, instead of talking about people, places, we're talking about ideas, concepts.
Yeah,
and this idea of, we are all a little bit broken. What messed you up? Let's fix this. That's I think why he went so far, especially because he has that message. Like, not only does he have immaculate music, he has that message and that story to push that forward.
And that was timely in hip hop, right? Like around 2007, 2008, like it was bling rap that was popular, that was selling records. Kanye was just coming up, obviously a backpack rapper turned to like a stadium rapper. Like a lot of things were happening.
that was still when Luda was huge.
A lot of things were happening at that era where Kid Cudi introduced like a whole vibe that wasn't popular or wasn't really persevering through the culture, where now people like us are continuing that energy and continuing that inspiration.
Now we're mainstream.
Yeah. Well,
that's
enough.
Well, even like the whole generation of dudes like Juice WRLD and like XXX and like a ton of dudes like that would not be around if
on
not
the
for
melodic
Kid Cudi.
side of things. Exactly.
Yeah, well, like
For
the
real.
melodic and just like the emotional honesty and just bearing it all out. Like I feel like none of that would be around if not for Kid Cudi.
X, Peep, and Mac are like the three names popping up in my head right now.
Oh yeah,
most.
Mac. Mac for sure. Yeah, and like
Visionaries.
how he elevated over the
Even
years.
though they were pretty content.
Because like Mac
elevated
was,
over the
like,
years.
It like first couple like 2012 like albums, he was like just doing like frat rap.
Yeah.
And then like as it goes along, he got so much smarter and so much like
more musically talented,
Yes.
even with playing instruments and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and the
Rest in
beats
peace,
just got-
man.
God, I miss him every day, man. I feel like at least like a few times a week, maybe even like once a day. I'm like, damn, I miss Mac.
Mm-hmm.
All the fucking time, man. I be bumping his shit all the time. We need another Mac album.
I don't think we're gonna get one, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Circles was perfect, dude.
Yeah, Swimming and Circles, those two, how they work together, they're amazing.
Those two were perfect, and I don't really want another one. Like I will push up his legacy forever because it's solidified in where it's at. You know,
I loved how Faces got on streaming now, like that.
Yeah, they're putting his old stuff on streaming now, so that's sort of where we're getting
like Macadelics
more
out
love
there
for
too.
him.
Yeah,
with new people even listening for the first time, stuff that wasn't available on streaming services and now is getting out there. So shout out Mac Miller, shout out Kid Cudi. Let's watch a little bit more of this.
Make something that calls out to the broken and the lost. I needed to feel something with the music. How
he
can
really
I push
connected
it?
with his audience.
How
like,
can I
on another level
give people something that they haven't heard before? You recording all this?
Man, yeah, let's just stop it here because I really just want to watch this at this point.
Yeah,
like, this is getting me too excited to watch
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I'm like, low-key, I might just go on.
Yeah, I mean, Kid Cudi's a inspiration, man. So love that guy. Looking out for new music from him whenever that comes through. But stream Man on the Moon 3 if you haven't.
And I think he's got a new song with Ariana Grande. I haven't heard that one yet, but I'll probably check that at some point.
Cool. Well, now we have a highly anticipated album for 2021 to talk about, Silk Sonic, An Evening with Silk Sonic. So if you don't know, Silk Sonic is a duo comprised of Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. So obviously Bruno Mars is...
Don't forget the dot.
Yeah. Well, Bruno Mars is a household name. Like he, even in the early 2010s, was super popular with pop music, Grenade... like every one of his albums, he's had really radio-centric.
Well, he performed at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, radio-centric pop hits is his MO, and he takes his time with his music, comes through with classic stuff that you'll listen to years from now. And I feel like Anderson .Paak approaches his projects in the same way, and so those two coming together and linking up was a dream come true for me. And I've actually been listening to Anderson .Paak all the way since back in the Watsky days, since I was a fan of Watsky.
Yeah.
Okay, you just said a name I know. Who's this Anderson .Paak guy?
Man, so on All You Can Do, the Watsky album, right? So this is funny because
I'm surprised you know Watsky.
I know Watsky. I study the fuck out of Watsky.
We've had this conversation before, but ALEC doesn't know this because he's sitting down with Seven for this podcast.
Yeah.
But we are both fans of Watsky, a San Francisco-based internet
George.
rapper.
If you haven't checked him out, seriously,
Man,
go
shout
ahead,
out George,
please.
man. I would love to have him on the podcast.
Oh,
that would be insane.
Super big inspiration for me. If you haven't checked it out, like you have to see that he has the longest freestyle world record because he did it live streamed, and I don't know exactly how long it is, but it was like days. Like he has the freestyle world record. He was freestyling for like over 24 hours. Like, dude is cracked.
That's crazy.
So
wow. Okay.
Shout out George Watsky. But what I was gonna say was Anderson .Paak on the All You Can Do album started collaborating with Watsky, and so that's where I first was brought to the attention of Anderson .Paak. And he actually before that went by the name Breezy Lovejoy. So that was his stage name beforehand. And man, that dude makes killer music. He is a trained drummer, great singer, and just overall like vibey, wavy dude. Like this dude is awesome. And so he was putting out his solo albums after linking with Dr. Dre. A couple of years back is when Dre sort of brought him under his wing and said, "Hey, let's work on your stuff together. Let's get it out to the people." And so I think that was after the Ventura album came out. So then
Oxnard
and
forget the name of
actually no, sorry. It was Malibu that came before he linked up with Dre.
that makes sense because Ventura and Oxnard are a lot more similar than Malibu.
Yep. So he had put out Malibu in probably like 2014, same time that Watsky album came out, and started getting some buzz, collaborating with other LA-based artists, and then he put out Oxnard in 2017, 16?
No, I'm not sure.
I think it was 2017. I love that album. followed it up with Ventura, which won the Grammy, I'm pretty sure.
Dang. For like urban contemporary?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. And amazing albums. Looking forward to new music from him solo wise, but An Evening with Silk Sonic was like the cherry on top. I was like, so we heard Leave the Door Open. And if you haven't heard that album or that song, you've been living under a rock. Man.
Yeah.
Like,
I literally do though.
yeah. Leave the Door Open's been everywhere.
Yeah. That was out in like March, something like that.
They released that way ahead of the album, and so they were teasing stuff closer with, I think, Skate came out, and then what's the one that's been going crazy on TikTok?
I don't know. I'm not on there.
Oh, man, I'm trying to think about it. Smoking Out the Window.
Okay, I was gonna wonder if it was that one.
Yeah, Smoking Out the Window. And so
I didn't know that was going on TikTok. That's one of my favorites off there.
That is 3 of their tracks from the album, and it's only 7 tracks, and it has an intro, so 6 tracks.
Yeah.
Okay. And so every single one of them is a different vibe, and it's dope. They even have one called 777. It's talking about luck.
It's like a casino
track. Yeah. But every track on An Evening with Silk Sonic is amazing and very 70s inspired.
Groovy
vibes. And
I fuck with it.
Man, Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak just nail the vibe of that too, and didn't bloat the album. Like, it was short and sweet, and you could replay it and enjoy the songs again if you want. So those are all my thoughts about that album. I loved it. I really enjoyed it, and I'm going to be listening to it for years to come, I can tell.
Yeah, there was a lot of goodies on there, but yeah, I'd say definitely, I think my 2 favorites were the lead-up singles, were the Skate and Smoking Out the Window. Like, those 2 are, like, really, those are bangers, and they're smooth.
Man, shout out those guys. That's an awesome project. And I just think we need more artists coming together as duos, groups, and just doing things that don't have to be so conclusive, you know? Like, you don't have to form a group and then just tour with them forever. You can do, like, one album and just be good. Like, Black Hippie is an example of that. Yeah, Bad Meets Evil, an example of that. Like, I feel like we need more of that in hip-hop, just showing love, collaborating, and doing cool stuff under the banner of, you know, different names. But maybe I'm alluding to something coming next year. Who knows?
Wink, 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 wink.
But let's move on and talk about Ye and how he's released Donda Deluxe, which I was not expecting. So we talked in length about Donda. It's a long-ass album, probably not worth sitting through if you're not a dedicated Kanye fan. And he added length onto the Deluxe.
It's like 7 more songs or something.
Yeah, let's go ahead and look at the differences. Let's go ahead and look at the differences between the original and the Deluxe as far as track listing and things go. So go ahead and pull that up, Al.
Yeah, so down here we got the original. And so, yeah, I know it adds a few in the beginning here. It's like Life of the Party is one of the ones that's early on in there. Yeah, so it's 27 tracks on this. Okay, so
it's already an hour and 46 minutes.
Yeah. 27 tracks. Okay, yeah. So then you see Life of the Party comes in here.
We talked about Life of the Party in length in the podcast. I read all of the bars because Andre 3000's verse is probably one of the best that he's given in a while. I mean, all of his features are great, not gonna lie, but I feel like this one with his personal family anecdote and all of that was really heartfelt.
Yeah, so then I think Up From the Ashes is a new one.
Yep.
Is Lord I Need You. Was that in the original?
I'm not sure.
Not sure. Never Abandon Your Family, that's a new one. Heaven and Hell, that's a new one.
So he sort of sprinkled
Tell
them
the
in
Vision. Yeah, they're kind of throughout. Pure Souls.
Throughout.
Yeah. Yeah, so it ends up 32. There's 5 new ones, and they're just kind of throughout.
And he still has part 2s, not part 1s, but he's got
the 4 different part 2s right at the end.
Well, doesn't he have some other part 2s earlier?
Actually, oh yeah, he changed it.
Yeah, he changed it.
Even with the ones that were already in here, he moved around. So Jesus Lord Part 2, that used to be the last song of the whole thing, and now it's way up here. Which is my personal favorite one off the whole album because I love the Lokes on there.
Oh yeah, that's like a 10-minute song, right? A 12-minute song.
I think it's 12 minute. I think it's like the least streamed one on there, but it's my favorite one.
If it's better, I feel like in the middle than at the end, but that's just my opinion, because at the end it's like avoidable, where now it's at least
you got to get through that to get to another like 10 songs.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, that's how you do it though.
Yeah.
Well, in the streaming era, I mean, Certified Lover Boy and Donda both are guilty of this, bloating the albums with content that may or may not be as good as it could be.
Yeah, one more guilty than the other. We talked about that.
Yeah, we talked a lot about that.
Yeah.
But it was funny enough. We pitted those two against each other. That like, so our entire narrative was petty label beef between Kanye and Drake because they're under the same label and they were fighting for a release date and they were just being super petty about it. And so it's sort of bizarre that we then see them share the stage for the first time in 5 years with the Free Larry Hoover benefit concert. And that was at the Los Angeles Coliseum on Thursday, December 9th. So just, a little over a week ago. And it's interesting. So they shared the stage together. Each of them had a set pretty much. And they were supporting each other and, around. And most of Drake's performance has been removed from the streaming version available on Prime Video. So not exactly sure why, but for some reason, Drake's pretty much absent in the edit that was put up on Prime Video. But if you caught the live stream, you would have seen Drake's performance. But go ahead and give us some context here from this article, Alec.
Yeah, so it looks like it's talking about Drake makes a big entrance in it, like in what they show at the beginning of his performance, but and it looks like they do his part in Forever, but they miss his entire 12-song set. They just take out like right in the middle of the show.
Why do that unless you don't have the rights to the music is my thought process there. Like, why would you have to cut it all out if you like I just keep coming back to the thought that they had to do it because they couldn't like have the rights to Drake's music.
Yeah, they took 24 minutes out.
That's a lot compared to like that's
from like a 2-hour thing. They took out like a quarter.
Wow. And the Drake fans got to be mad at that. I mean, I am, guilty as charged. I am a Drake fan, and I'm a critical Drake fan. But man, like that's bogus. That if you want to go back and enjoy it again, you either got to find some crack version on the internet, or you could have watched the live stream, but that's it. Or you could have been there.
Yeah.
So wild that Amazon Prime is just cutting out Drake like that, but he seems to not care. Hasn't commented on that at all.
Yeah, it looks like he performed like a couple covers, and then it was just a bunch of new songs from Certified Lover Boy, and just got completely cut out other than just him entering the stage and doing Forever.
So didn't Kanye come out with the classics then? Obviously Forever is an older track, but do you see Kanye's set list here as well?
Yeah, so it's got his set list all out here. It's got a bunch of old ones. So he did Ultralight Beam.
Man.
He did Jesus Walks, All Falls Down, Gold Digger, Touch the Sky. Yeah, like if you see the set list here, it's a bunch of oldies. And
he probably hasn't
Good
performed
Life,
these songs
Flashing
in years.
Lights.
Like I can't
Say You Will. That's a surprise.
I can't even predict like the last time he performed.
And he
some
did
of this.
Runaway. Bro. Okay, at least we can go back and see him perform Runaway again.
Yeah.
But I wish we could I wish you could go back and watch the Drake, because I didn't see it when it first came out, so I'm never going to be able to see Drake perform.
Yeah, I was following the live stream just intermittently, just popping in, but I didn't catch the whole thing. And it is, it's a shame that Drake's performance isn't on there. Like, it would have been such a crazy bow on top of their whole feud this year to then have a special on Prime that had them performing together and doing, amazing stuff. But Drake performed too much new music too. Like, he really should.
Kanye brought out a bunch of oldies. Yeah. But Drake, it's just a bunch of new stuff.
I mean, what was Kanye gonna do other than that? Perform Donda?
Yeah, there's some songs on there that are stadium ones, but that's not really a stadium album.
Yeah, people would have known a couple of tracks. And they wouldn't have known the other half of it. But they were obviously working to Free Larry Hoover. And so if you're interested in that, we'll put some more context in the description if you need some more information there. So it seems like, though, they brought a lot of light to the issue, the injustice, and we're able to, benefit through this concert and sort of heal their wounds that they had throughout this year and throughout both of their last projects dropping. But that's not where things end for Kanye as far as the antics go. I know we said he's sort of a tortured artist earlier, but we're not fixing the problem. We're contributing to it.
Yeah.
Which, to each their own, but it's entertainment. And obviously Kanye is an artist like us, so we have respect for him. Mm-hmm. But we got to hold him accountable, man. So Kanye, Ye. We got to call him Ye, actually, not Kanye. So Ye and his ex-wife now, Kim Kardashian, have sort of had a really awful public split with their relationship. And I don't know if you heard about this, Seven, but Pete Davidson got involved after Kim hosted SNL, and it was just really, really messy. And there's,
to say the least.
Yeah, there's a little bit to follow, but I think it's just sort of fun to see what happened in the public spotlight and learn from it at the very least, right? So let's go ahead and look at first these photos. So this is Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian together while she's going through a divorce with Kanye.
Yeah, they're finalizing all that.
And they were out together. These photos are infamous now because they were in the car together, trying to hide themselves. And it was sort of being reported that she was going on a fling with Pete after her SNL appearance. And I think, in my personal opinion, she just wanted another MGK or
oh my god.
Well, because isn't what is it? No, Megan Fox is with MGK, but her sister is with
it's
who?
like Travis something, but he's
Travis
like this
Barker.
tatted up. Okay, yeah, he's this tatted
Travis
up
Barker.
dude.
And so
I don't even know what he does.
I
know nothing about him.
That name sounds familiar, but I can't place him either. But I think Kim said, let me get one of those. Let me get one of those guys.
Yeah, let me get a skinny tatted up white boy with some bleached hair real quick.
Exactly.
I mean, if it were that, she'd probably get an Island Boy, right?
Island Boy.
Oh no. Yeah.
Walking off the Jake Paul show. That was funny.
Do you see him on the Island Boys on Logan Paul's podcast? So they felt threatened by one of the co-hosts and walked out.
Bro, did you see the video for it?
Yeah, the Island Boys are goofy. I should have included that in our podcast. I didn't know we were going to be talking about the Island Boys here, man. But, I mean, a couple of jokesters, but I don't endorse the Island Boys.
Honestly, friendly tip, if someone gives you good financial advice, don't walk out.
Don't.
It's that simple.
Threaten to fight them.
Like straight up. They aren't trying to attack you. They're trying to help you out, educate your people.
Seriously. Oh my gosh. Man, we just got off topic so quick.
Yeah.
You're a natural for the podcast, man. You gotta get on here more. I mean, you get on tangents just like we do.
Yeah.
If tangents is what you need.
Back to the spicy. We got Flavor Flav in here too.
Back to the tea. So just look at this image of Flavor Flav, Pete Davidson, Kim Kardashian, and who's
the
that?
matching
right?
PJs. That's Kris Jenner, her mom.
Oh my
Kim's
gosh.
mom.
Oh my gosh. So just look at them matching. Why?
Hey, the matching PJs. That's the sign of a true couple right there.
Everything has to be cohesive.
Or is there just one more?
Is there just one more? Oh yeah, it's just
Man.
Pete.
So shout out Flavor Flav actually because
no, he endorsed Trump. No.
Oh really?
No, yeah, we on Chuck D side. Fuck Flavor Flav.
Oh, we saying fuck Flavor Flav.
Yeah, fuck Flavor Flav.
But I did want to say shout out. He's no longer an alcoholic.
Oh, that's nice. At
least.
least.
At the very least,
I wonder if his views have changed because of that.
God, I hope.
Right?
Well, at the very least, he's not drunk all the time, and so he can maybe make some decisions.
that would be nice. Maybe come to his senses now.
But
perhaps.
He actually in the past had a restaurant just north of the Quad Cities here in Clinton, Iowa.
Flavor Flav's Chicken.
I don't think it exists anymore.
No, there was something with like him and like the other owners or something. It ended pretty quick.
Yeah,
and I never got to eat there. I'm disappointed.
it was before our time. He was an icon in the late 80s, early 90s, and then didn't really grow from there. So, I mean, why is he still like celebrity enough to hang out with these insanely famous people though?
I don't know. This is the first time I saw Flavor Flav like since the controversy of like between him and Chuck D getting mad at each other. This was the first time I saw him since then.
I didn't even know who that is, to be honest.
Man, these are old school hip hop heads. Like,
yeah, it was
Public
before
Enemy,
you were born.
Public Enemy, Fight the Power.
Public Enemy, I know. I know Public Enemy.
Yeah,
Fight
he's
Power.
the hype man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Flavor Flav's the hype man. Chuck D's the MC. So, wild that apparently they're just hanging out with Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson.
Yeah, he's out here.
Just further complicating things and adding to the internet.
Oh yeah, but I don't think Kanye was too happy about seeing all this going on.
No, and he said at that benefit concert even that Kim needs to get back with him. He begged.
No, stop, please.
I
don't need any more.
This man begged for her back. You gotta see. So this is actually before the benefit concert, but at the benefit concert he was saying, "Come back to me," specifically Kimberly. Is what he said there.
How many times have we actually done this scenario? I don't even know. In my lifetime, even like there has to be at least 3. This has happened.
Right.
Like,
so, oh my gosh. Let's see what Kanye has to say here.
Kanye and create a narrative that's not the narrative that God wants.
Yeah, come on, man.
The narrative that God wants is for you to see that everything can be redeemed. In all these relationships, we've made mistakes. I've made mistakes. I've publicly done things that were not acceptable as a husband. But right now, today, for whatever reason, I didn't know I was going to be standing right here. I didn't know I was going to be in front of this mic. But I'm here to change that narrative. I'm not letting
he's here to correct
write
the record,
the narrative of my family. I'm not letting Hulu write the narrative of my family. I'm not letting Disney write the narrative of my family.
He's with Hulu?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah, you're just saying Hulu and like somebody else. He's like, I'm the priest of my home.
Kanye, man.
Oh man.
I mean, it is sad to see a public divorce, right? Like, divorce behind closed doors is messy and very tough.
Yeah.
In front of the public spotlight with 2 of the most famous people in the entire planet, yeah, it's gonna be messy. No doubt about that. And so Kim just has to stir everything up by getting involved with Pete Davidson and further spiral Kanye into saying these public statements that are getting him in hot water. Obviously, it's not her problem anymore. I mean, they're getting divorced, but they have kids together. They still have a family together.
Also consider this is definitely keeping them in the news. They're making money off all this publicity, and they know it.
Exactly. Yep. But so Kanye still invited to Christmas, huh? So
yeah. So apparently Kim must not be all the way mad about him going off like this because he's still invited to Christmas apparently.
Part of me feels like whenever it comes to drama with them, it's all scripted. Just like the reality show never actually ends. So they're all cool with each other. They're just pissed off to act. Like, I know that's not the case. That is not my actual views. But like sometimes, it just makes me wonder because like genuinely a story like this that continues for so long, that is broadcast 24/7, it doesn't even make sense. Like, how do you live like that?
No, you can't have any sense of normalcy or sanity.
Reality
in your life.
At that point.
Oh, dang. Apparently it was while he was performing Runaway. He said, I need you to run right back to me. More specifically, Kimberly.
Yep.
Oh, yay.
Man is down bad, but at least it's to his former wife and not to some random person.
Oh my God,
but it's still sad to see in the court of public opinion, he's just looking like he's begging for her and she's trying to move on. That's the view of it from the outside looking in, obviously. So, man, Kanye's... I hope that they can amicably say, hey, let's take our struggles behind closed doors with this divorce. We don't need to... Even though he's trying to correct the narrative, he doesn't need to do that because the narrative should be we should keep this private, but they can't do that. That it's impossible for them to do.
It's like, yeah, if you see this, just find closure. I'm sure you can do it. I believe in you.
He's already
For your
found
own
God.
sake.
He can find closure.
Yeah, if you can find God, you can find closure. I'll tell you that much.
You don't need her.
Just take care of your kids. Give them the best life you can.
You're a strong, independent man. You don't need no woman.
Oh, man. See,
Flip the script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take care of them kids. Don't worry about her because she's going to
Facts.
stay in the news,
Yeah,
stay in the drama.
just co-parent, find someone new eventually. You'll
realistically-
be all right.
Yeah.
Just
She got everything he needs. He'll be
listen to
fine.
your own advice, Kanye. Run away.
Oh, man.
Sometimes, just whenever I see artists acting out, it's just like, I want you to go back and I want you to listen to these songs that
Of
you
yours.
wrote just to
Yeah.
remind you.
Here's your advice.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Like, this is what you taught me. Now I'm going to teach you with your own words. How does it feel?
Oh man, and that's not the end of it though. Even past that, now on the Pete side of things, there's some drama going on too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Because there's rumors about him dating Miley Cyrus apparently, but
Pete Davidson is just everywhere.
yeah. But apparently that got squashed. Miley was being weird because
Well, when is she not? But let's look at the clip.
Yeah.
We gotta show it. We gotta show her being
so,
weird.
Yeah, first we've got the picture here is what was everyone going on. Her being like, Pete and I are officially official co-hosts.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be hosting like a New Year's Eve thing
Oh,
together.
She's trying to get in the tabloids. That's what's happening. At least
Yeah.
on her side of things.
Yeah,
No,
so
she's
this
smart.
was
That's
So
marketing.
check out Miley's Instagram here.
yeah, so this was right after this appearance at Jimmy Fallon,
Mm-hmm.
where she's performing a cover of this song.
Only show a little bit of this.
Well, I'm gonna wait a little bit to bring the audio in
Mm.
because the specific stuff. But she is saying, "Oh, should have been me, can't be Kim." They're like, this is how I was feeling when I saw these pictures.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Talking about those pictures.
Staten Island.
Staten Island.
Oh.
So she's saying she should have been the one implicated with him and getting into all this buzz and tabloids, not him.
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah. So she had that whole outburst on the show. Apparently they're good friends, but yeah, I don't know how Pete would have appreciated that. And so apparently the first post I showed there before the video, apparently Kim liked that and unliked that picture. And so she might not be too happy about Miley getting too friendly now. So everything's getting entangled.
Well, Pete is not the one for a relationship.
No, he's getting passed around.
Well, ever since he left his long relationship with Larry David's daughter and then started dating celebrities instead, he has been a changed person.
Was that before or after Ariana?
Before. So he went
dang.
from went from Larry David's daughter, who he had a long-term relationship with, to being with Ariana while Mac was still alive after their relationship ended.
Yeah.
Actually, real shit. What does Pete Davidson do? He's in the news a lot, but like
Yeah,
I've only ever
he's
heard
on,
of his relationship.
he's a
I don't know what he
comedian.
does.
He's on SNL.
He's
on
a
S-
comedian on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I thought he made music.
and he does.
thought he made music?
Oh my god.
Or like a movie actor or something. I didn't know he like had
he
a.
does have a movie. Yeah.
So his semi-autobiographical movie King of Staten Island is on Prime Video.
Okay.
Check it out.
Yeah,
It's
that
actually a good
came out
movie.
this year.
Word.
I actually enjoyed the movie. Directed
Oh.
by Judd Apatow.
Yeah,
famous
I
director,
saw the ads for
comedy.
that, but I never checked it out. I want to look at that sometime.
Yeah, so I mean, even though we sort of bagged on him for getting involved in Kanye's divorce, shout out Pete Davidson, man.
He's a funny dude. Hey man, I can't knock him. Like if
Put
I
some
was
music out, dude.
Hey, if I could date like
Please.
five, if I could date like 5 celebrities in like a year.
So what they've said is since he dated Larry David's daughter, he went to Ariana Grande, and he's just like jumped up the ladder until he got to Kim Kardashian, and now Miley Cyrus. Like this man is just like knocking off names on his.
He
hit
dated
list.
Kim Kardashian. Basically, as far as like that goes, he made it.
Yeah.
Like
like
that is
like he's
the
on
most
Kanye
sought
level.
after woman in this fucking country.
For
And
some
you got
reason.
to for some reason, yeah, right. got to be with her for like a week at most.
Yeah.
So like, well done, good on you. Didn't last, but like, was it going to? Probably not.
Well, apparently she might not be happy right now, but apparently he's gonna be invited to Christmas and New Year's too. So him and Kanye are both invited.
No, they're just planning their next
no.
reality show episode. It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait.
The Christmas special is gonna
The
be
Christmas
spicy.
special.
Yes.
A family Christmas.
The extended family is coming too.
Man,
Oh,
poor
God.
Nori, poor Chicago.
Seriously.
They didn't ask for this.
No one
Man,
did. but
Poor
that-
Saint.
no one
poor
asked for it, but that's
Psalm.
what we get.
Yep. Including this podcast. So,
Including this
yeah.
podcast.
So that's episode number 11 of the Boom Bap Bros podcast. So
Mhm.
thanks everybody for sticking with us and rocking with us as we're getting back into the swing of things and making more content out on the podcast, YouTube channel, and everywhere that you stream and listen to your podcast. So yeah, we're going to be coming out with more regular episodes now. We took a little bit of a hiatus to reorganize and get things back together, but having guests on, so thanks Seven for coming in, man.
Of course,
I appreciate it, man. Follow him at Seven The Misfit. New music coming soon.
Yeah, I got an album coming out on Apple Music, Spotify, all that, everywhere. I got one song out right now, God's Creation, everywhere. Everything else is just on SoundCloud. If you want to check me out for studio services, graphic design, if you want to hit up my email or any instrumentals, check out my website, seventhemisfit.com. And that'll link you to everything that is me. So if you want to check me out, seventhemisfit.com. Please go check that out.
Perfect. Well, I'm excited that we got to sit down and we're going to get this conversation out to the people, and we'll hear your music coming next year, man. I mean, obviously, I've got some meta knowledge of working in the studio with you and even track on my album with you on it. So, man.
Yeah, major shouts to Pat G. Like deadass. A lot of this album was put together here in this space. So like, I appreciate him giving me his services and working with me. It is always a pleasure and an honor to be here.
Well, thank you. Bless. And I've got to plug here at the end of the show again. Drop It, my new song featuring Marcellus Angel, coming out December 24th. So this will be the week of this podcast release coming up. So definitely stream that and let me know what you think. And Marcellus will be on here to talk about his project next week, and we'll be breaking down that single and a little bit of stories that we have from connecting from the spot as well. So thanks everybody for watching, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah, hope y'all enjoyed the episode. Seven, hope you appreciated coming on talking with us.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes, this is fun.
Hope the audience missed us as much as we missed like talking around here.
Yeah, it's an outlet for us. We got to get this energy out and share it with the world.
Yeah, good feedback.
Hopefully next time I'm on the show, I got some real things to talk to you guys about. Yeah, most of this is just prospects. Like, oh yeah, this is gonna happen, but like when it does happen, ooh, excited.
Man, I'm excited to witness it. So we'll get there. But signing off from the Boom Bap Bros podcast. My name has been Pat G. I've got my co-host ALEC with us and Seven The Misfit. So tune in next time when we have Marcellus Angel on the podcast. And until then, we'll see you next time.
That's all, folks.